Following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Players Lounge time. Let's ride.
Let's go.
Here we are on a Wednesday, work day at the Star in Frisco in the SWBC Podcast Studios. Hek'ma Harrison is here. Barry Church is here.
Let's do it.
Newy Scruggs.
Sir.
Yes. Barry is the player on the show. We are
Back,
not.
man.
We are not.
Player, popcorn player.
That's okay.
It's all good, man.
It's
all
okay.
good.
It's okay. Locker room's about to open up here in 3 minutes. 3 minutes to the locker room.
What these folks gonna say today?
I really want to be in there, but I'm doing this show with you.
Appreciate
I really
you,
want
man.
to be there, man. So I'm just gonna sit back, wait. Got my nuts.
Yeah, but
Go ahead. See what
CD got to say.
Trayvon. It's Trayvon.
Oh, you're right.
It was
You're
Diggs.
right.
It was Diggs who did that.
You're right.
Number 7.
You're right.
Number 7. Number 1 in your heart.
7 on the field.
Yes. 4 million views that video got. All right.
And climbing, right? And climbing. And still going.
I stopped looking. I hit 4. I just laughed. Cowboys are taking on the Atlanta Falcons this weekend. Guys, there are some troubling statistics for the Cowboys here. Opponent scoring average. Cowboys 31st. 28.3. Rushing offense, NFL rank 32. That would be last. 74.1 a game. Turnover margin, -8. 30. Damn. Only 2 teams are worse at giving the football away than the Dallas Cowboys, and they head in to take on the Atlanta Falcons, who are a 5-3 football team. And yeah, man,
That's tough.
so what mistakes are correctable, Hek'ma?
Well, I think when you start talking about those numbers, you start at 32. Anything that starts at 32, that means there's room for improvement when you start at 32. And often it starts up front for me. The offensive line, if you look at this Cowboy team from inside out, there is a problem in the running game that starts with the running, with our offensive line. Yeah. Whether it's the communication, guys coming at us with twists and stunts, all of those things, we just haven't been able to get the cohesion that we thought we would have between these 5. And
That's facts.
it's I don't want to call it. Look, I'm not going to start at the embarrassment of not being able to run the ball, but every Sunday you come with that in the back of your head saying, look, if the Cowboys could at least stay balanced as an offense, maybe they would have a chance to be able to compete in those games where you say, hey, we need to compete now. You were asking that question yesterday.
Competition phase.
The competition phase. Where is your running game when you absolutely need to move the chains? You don't need a 3 and out right here. You don't need Dak Prescott to come out on first down, throw the ball first down, second down, third down, because now the game plan and the scheme has changed. And I think Mike McCarthy's offense, which was number 1 last year. Mike McCarthy's offense, which was number 1 last year.
This is facts.
This year, there's something startling about the numbers that Newy just stated. And you have to ask yourself, well, what changed? What changed? Was it the fact that we lost our running back to Tennessee? Was it the fact that we sent our star left tackle to the New York Jets? 7-7. I mean, but I don't think any of those things resonate with you. I don't think that you look at this team and say, do you? I don't want to put words in your mouth, because to me, I don't look at that and say, oh, my God, we lost those 2 guys, and that made the difference between us being number 1 all the way down to 32. But there must be a reason for it. And the struggle that Terrence Steele had, I think, as much as we've been pointing the finger at Guyton,
T-Steele.
Terrence Steele was probably saying, thank God. Thank God nobody sees what's going on over here.
I see it.
You know,
No, it's being seen.
I see it.
But this is why I say the room for improvement, because we've seen Terrence Steele, and not to say that he's been an all-pro player and all those things, but not struggled this mightily to this point, to this degree where you're saying, my man Bosa is having it his way. That's got to stop.
Burger King.
That's got to stop, especially when you look at the next couple of games that the Cowboys have. And I'm looking for, and as much as the media and everybody on the outside is trying to expand on these mistakes and how the weakness of the Dallas Cowboys, I'm saying, are there any correctable mistakes for this team? And number one, it has to start with the offensive line.
Yeah, and that's a huge part of it when you talk about the offensive line. I don't think anybody, including us up here, thought that, that right side of the offensive line would struggle as much as it has so far this season. And that right side, I mean, your future Hall of Famer and Zach Martin and, Terrence Steele. They've both had their ups and downs so far this season, and it just hasn't helped this offense overall. But when you talk about offensively, I think the biggest difference, outside of having somewhat of a run game last year, is just, the turnovers. The turnovers are continually adding up, whether it's the decision making by Dak Prescott or, guys not running the right routes, not protecting the quarterback. He sacked fumbles here and there. But these are things that you didn't see from this offense last year. Dak did an outstanding job of protecting the football last year. His decision making was on point. He was able to, get guys like Gallup, Ferguson involved. CeeDee Lamb had a career year. So when you look at the offensive side of the football, I think there's room for improvement, and it starts by protecting the football. And you got to in this day and age. You can't give offenses short fields out there like they were able to do in San Francisco. Now, defensively, I don't see it. I don't see where the improvement is going to happen defensively, because there's no Aaron Donald, there's no LT, there's no Ndamukong Suh in his prime walking through that door for the Dallas Cowboys. And like Newy always says, time, proof, and consistency. We've seen it for the majority of this year, pretty much all this year, and towards the latter part of last year, that this defense cannot stop the run. Right. And now, not only that, it's starting to boil over into teams being able to pick apart this team in the secondary as well. We looked at what the 49ers were able to do last game, 223 yards on the ground, averaging 6.2 yards per carry, which are numbers they're historical numbers. Like you never want to see that on a stat sheet. But not only that, Brock Purdy was able to throw over 250 yards in the air as well.
Without Christian McCaffrey.
Without Christian McCaffrey. Without Ayuk out there. And Brock Purdy's a good quarterback, but he's not prolific.
Looking like Joe Montana.
He's not, you know what I'm saying? Steve Young out there collecting these first downs with his legs and his arm. I don't see, whether it's scheme, whether it's players, I just do not see where the improvement can happen defensively. And that just puts your offense in a bind, because now you're going to have to win shootouts. And we've seen so far this year that this offense, as limited as it may be, is not going to be able to put up those 30, 35-point games that are needed to be able to, overcome the defensive struggles. So to me, it's shaky right now. It's shaky for this team altogether, but offensively, I can see a little bit. Defensively, though, I don't see it at this point in time.
Run defense, the Cowboys are 31st in the league, giving up 155 yards a game.
Man, who's worse than that? There's a team worse.
Maybe Carolina. I don't know. But
so you say there's a chance.
So they are giving it up. Give it up smooth.
You know what?
This is awful. This is awful. If you can't run it, and you can't stop the run, this is how you end up drafting in the top 10.
Yeah.
And you got a first-place schedule. First-place schedule. You're playing a first-place team this week. Atlanta Falcons are in first place.
Yeah.
And next week,
Philly.
You play another first-place team.
All right.
We got to that, the Texans. Another first place. Yeah, that's a stretch for you know what? That's a stretch. That's a stretch right there.
I mean, that's just great. When you say that there's not a chance.
Gotta be
that's
real.
just great.
Pinkies up on this one.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 10 games left in the season, and there's not a chance. But I point to
Randy White ain't walking through there.
No, he's not. And I point to what's necessary. What I think everybody's conversation is going to go to between now and the trade deadline is what can you do before that to bring in a one technique or a defensive tackle? What can you do? Is there anything you can do? Because I think the cardinal sin in football is thou shalt not give up the middle of the field. And if you are giving up the middle of the field, and there are reasons why, just you talk about all the time, Barry Church, of being in that auditorium over there with the coach with a clicker in his hand, and you cannot tell me that there has not been bad film that guys have said to get your popcorn ready, come down and watch this debacle. There's a cause and effect to all of it in football, and you know that that's how it works. Right now, the middle of the field is being exposed. Yeah. We're seeing, and that's why teams are able to take advantage of us in the back half, because once play action, work, once
it's over with.
once play action starts to work, then everything else starts to click for any offense you come up against. And when you're losing and you're giving up 400 yards per, and you can point fingers wherever you want to, but it starts in the way that teams establish themselves, and they establish everything in the run. You look at those numbers and the attempts at the run. This is 30. They run
36 times.
Come on, 36 times a game. How many teams are waking up and playing on Sunday where the ball is run 36 times on them?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
So
And get away with it.
To get away with it. 6.2. Okay.
And get away with it. And get away with it.
the Cowboys have rushed for three touchdowns this year. 3.
How many Zeke had? Yeah.
Their
One.
Zeke had 2. He
Is
had
it 2?
Cleveland and last week.
Six away from my prediction.
Yeah,
6
so
away.
You got 10 more games, dog, to look smart.
He can do it.
Cowboys' opponents are ran 12 touchdowns in.
Yeah.
So you yourself only could run in 3, and the other team is running 12. They're still averaging right now this year. The opponents are averaging 32 minutes and 28 seconds in time of possession, meaning your defense, which is already compromised, who cannot stop the run, is out on the field for a full half and a 2-minute drill.
That ain't it.
This is losing football, guys. And you're 30th in turnover margin.
And I was
I don't know what's correct. I mean, it's nice to ask the question, what's correctable? I don't know what it is at this point. This may just be who you are. We could say you're getting Micah Parsons back. You're going to get Deron Bland back. They'll help a little bit, but they don't set the edge. There goes. I mean, they're not sitting up here in the middle, where they're trying to run the ball. I mean, it's just it's. How do I say this nicely?
It's the Players Lounge.
We have overrated the talent of this team
I would agree.
and underrated the guys that left, the depth that left.
The Armstrong.
Because we're sitting out here watching dudes on Sunday. Who he is
Who that be?
Yeah.
and what is he doing? And as much as Carson looked good at camp. Yeah, look good. Look good when there's a Bland and a Diggs out there.
But he too has been hurt. Yeah. He too has been hurt.
And then you go his backup, the depth. Once again, you start talking the depth, and
Right.
it's not there.
But you've had an opportunity to see all of that this season, especially when you've had a run on every last one of your defensive ends being hurt this year. Yeah. I mean, that's all just causality. That's causality, all right? And so y'all watch football, and I'm not talking to a bunch of people that's just trying to have takes on the Cowboys in this. It's you watch football. Right now, in this season, there are 2 great teams in the NFL. All right, in my opinion. All right, correct me if you think otherwise. 2 great teams. There are a handful of good teams. All right, and then there are also a bushel of middle of the road teams, and then there's the bottom basement teams. Mm-hmm. Where do you see the Dallas Cowboys fitting into at 3 and 4 currently into that? If you give that tiers in the NFL.
I wouldn't put them at bottom of the basement because there's, you got the Panthers, the Giants of the world. You got the Jets. Like I wouldn't put them, in that category. I put them in that, not the good squads, but below there. Below that. And that to me is not really a great place to be because you're not going to get a top 10 pick being a little bit above average. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, you try to build for next year, but you can't really because your pick's not going to be that high. So I put them in that category. And then when we talk about, defensively, what gives me such like, man, I just can't see it is because when you look at it, you could say if this team was just giving up explosives, you could be like, all right, play everything top to down, make them go the distance, make them go 80 yards, 100 yards to score. You're just giving up explosives. That's okay. We can play top to down. We can make sure everything's in front of us. But teams are getting explosives and they're driving 80 yards on them. Like the time of possession is right there. Mm-hmm. Like teams are not just hitting explosives on these teams. They're milking their way down, doing whatever they want to. So it's very frustrating because you look at it and you're like, man, what way can they improve?
Yeah.
They're a team that can't beat good clubs.
Yeah.
But they'll beat the average to bad teams. You beat the Giants. You beat the Jets. You can beat a Cleveland.
Patriots.
But Baltimore? No. Detroit? No. San Francisco? No. And right now, looking at Atlanta, you have to say, no. You're not going to beat them, even though Atlanta has some warts.
Oh, yeah.
They have warts. but they haven't been good enough to take advantage of those warts yet. Pittsburgh may be the one team that you look at down the road because Mike T is Mike T. It's going to be a winning football team. Yeah. But Pittsburgh's got warts too.
Yeah.
That Pittsburgh is not a team I'm expecting to see play in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. I don't, not with that quarterback situation. So that's kind of where they're at. And I just think I know I raised my hand, overrated the talent and underrated what went out the door. What went out the door was good. We said it, and I guess I probably wanted to believe it, but I said it before. Mike Zimmer doesn't have the guys he wins with. Mike Zimmer likes big people. You don't have that. The carpenter doesn't have his tools. And Mike Zimmer is not, he's a coach. He ain't a musician. He ain't a magician, man. And you're out here trying to magically make Mozzie into something. He's not. This is not Warren Sapp. This is not Booger McFarland. This is Tristan Hill right now.
I mean, but as much as you say that and you look around the NFL of guys that play gap schemes, you don't see guys even the same size being of lesser first round, second round, whatever it is, being blown off the ball like this. I mean, there's a difference between I don't know the technique, I can't do the job, and then getting that.
Out the club.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying the middle of the field, you're susceptible in the middle of the field, and teams know that they can make those kind of plays on you. If I take away those 6 or 8 big plays for 116 yards, that's why I say correctable mistakes. Yeah. What do you say in the defensive meeting room? We have to limit the big play. Mm-hmm. That's the number one thing. And if you have 4 or 5 different of those big plays that don't go for 20, 30 yards, that may be the difference in a football game. I mean, that's what it all comes down to.
That's true.
Cue in, the inches are all around us. I'm just saying. That's all I'm talking. That's all I'm talking about, man.
Don't look like inches around here. Look like the feet.
My man.
Yards.
That's true.
Okay.
It's just because there's so many. Each level has that on this defense. Like you said, there's no, Booger McFarland right there. The guys getting blown off. Second level, these linebackers, as fast and as, aggressive as they can be, really just haven't been that effective because they have to deal with those linemen coming up to the second level. And then you got, the safety play, you don't have Tyrann Mathieu back there. You can't just say, hey, you got this tight end, lock him up. I mean, we've seen that. So it's like on every level, it's just.
Did you go Tyrann Mathieu on us right there?
You don't have the greatest
the honey
coverage.
badger.
You know what I mean?
Kyle Pitts is feeling good about this week.
He's looking at chops.
No.
Let's go.
Hey guys, can we run them Kittle? Give me that Kittle package.
Give me an over.
Give me that Kittle package.
And on top of that, you go up against a Bijan Robinson that's only had one 100-yard game this season. So,
does he make it too? Let's talk about that after the break. With Hek'ma Harrison, Barry Church, I'm Newy Scruggs, Players Lounge on Dallas Cowboys.
Gotta have some positive.
The honey badger.
Somebody. He's trying to turn these guys in.
Chris Windbreak.
Turn around.
Chris?
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys! Back to the Players Lounge.
This segment brought to you by Yeti,
Aristocrat Gaming.
Aristocrat Gaming. But the Yeti read nobody in there like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's brought to you by Aristocrat
Yeti's on
Gaming.
Fridays.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The Atlanta Falcons are awaiting the Dallas Cowboys on
Yes,
Sunday.
they are.
Clarence Hill says he's going up on Friday. They're doing a special show from Magic City. And they're going to get wings. They're going to get
the
wings.
waffles.
He's taking Joe Hoyt.
Get the waffles.
He's taking Joe Hoyt with
The
him.
wings, brother.
He's taking Hoyt with him.
Yes.
Hoyt won't come back the same. ATL.
I've never been there, so I don't know, but I hear the wings are good.
Wings good.
I hear it's pretty popular. Which one's your favorite there, Barry? Since you know about it.
Someone brought it to me. That's
it was in the car.
Yeah, it was in the car. I just brought it out to me. Thank you.
Well, the wings, when I ate meat, I can tell you that the wings are good. And,
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The wings were great.
They was good?
The wings were great. The waffles are also really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give us a whole review.
That was good. Yeah, man.
What made the waffle good?
It was fresh.
The batter.
It was fresh. It was good.
Like the Roscoe's chicken waffle, it's the cinnamon and sugar that's in there.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. We've all lived a little before we got here, so don't play with me. All right, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just asking.
Okay, don't do that.
I'm just asking.
Kyle Pitts, what do you want to know?
Gotta double them.
What you say? Better
double them.
Don't go man to man. No
Don't
zero.
do it.
Don't go zero this week.
You gotta learn from the mistakes, man. Everything you gotta learn from them. And we've seen even Kittle is an amazing tight end, top 3 tight end in the National Football League. Yeah. But I would dare to say Kyle Pitts is maybe even more of a threat when you talk about his athletic ability and way to get downfield. And if we saw what Kittle was able to do in a one-on-one matchup, I mean, Kyle Pitts, he's got to be licking his chops right now.
He's finally got a quarterback who believes in throwing to the tight end.
Yeah, and Kinfolk Kirk gonna make sure
he gonna throw that.
And that's crazy. What's crazy to me is that so many people gave up on Kyle Pitts before this season and was saying he was a bust. And those rumors and whispers that were coming out of Atlanta. Now all of a sudden he looks like a new man, and it's because you got a quarterback that can actually get you the ball, and you have an offensive coordinator in Zach Robinson that absolutely believes in utilizing the tight end. He comes from the Rams tree, which is the Shanahan, and all of that. You're going to face that same type of offense all over again. But thank God for not being the 49ers because this is one of those games that obviously the Cowboys, I don't see them going back with the same scheme that they had last week. I don't think you believe in that anymore, that works. So whatever Zim, re-schemes to this week, it's going to have to be different. It's going to have to be one where he protects his linebackers because those guys couldn't be effective last week. There were parts in the game where it was just like, man, everybody's tackling the back of a guy's jersey, and that's because they're getting so much penetration up front, getting to the second level. I want my thing is our Yeti Cool customer was DeMarvion Overshown. Mm-hmm. This is another one of those games for me that my silver lining from last week was seeing actual DeMarvion Overshown be active and move around as a linebacker. We talked about that, and I think those are the buy-ins that you need at this point of the season because guys on the defense have to just say this about us now because you're 31st. You don't want to be 32nd. You don't want to embarrass yourself. So how can you clean this up week in and week out? It's got to start with stopping the run, but your playmakers have to be effective for you.
And these guys on the outside, the one bright spot, or at least in coverage, has been Diggs, Jordan Lewis, and you sprinkle in. I don't want to butcher his name.
My man.
Yeah, I don't want to.
He's on injury reserve.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to butcher that. Good. Those guys on the outside, they haven't been crazily exposed. Like Diggs, for whatever the case may be in the running game, he hasn't been there. But in the passing game, he's been able to, show a little bit. He's been able to. He hasn't been the Diggs that has 11 picks, but he's been enough to be out there and shut it down. So to me, you got to put your resources into that middle of the field that you talked about. Let those guys on the outside. Jordan Lewis has been balling in the slot.
Heck yeah.
He's been balling in
nobody's
the
talking
slot.
about that
Nah,
either.
because he's doing his thing. Let those guys lock up on the outside, man. Help your safeties out in the middle of the field. Try to take away Pitts as much as you can and force Kirk Cousins, who's a statue in the pocket.
Yeah.
This defense, for whatever the case may be, they do well against guys who can't maneuver, who can't run around, who can't avoid in the pocket, and that's exactly what Kirk Cousins is. He's a statue back there.
So you want one-on-one with London? Drake London?
I would take that chance over one-on-one with Pitts in the middle of the field. I would take Diggs versus London versus the other option out there. I would do that,
What if
yes.
they decide to go away from Diggs? Or are you going to try and make Diggs travel this week?
I would try to make Diggs travel. At this time, you got to pull out all the stops. I mean, I know Zim doesn't like traveling his corners, but, for what he's done so far this season, it hasn't really worked out. So you got to try some new wrinkles, some unscouted looks, and to me, that's what you got to do. You got to put your best on best.
It's the gospel when you say it, because I know when you say that about Kirk Cousins, you don't have to worry about him being that man beater, basically, because he's not going to try and run.
He ain't going to skate.
He ain't going to skate on you. And you saw with Purdy when things broke down, when it would have been a coverage sack if you had anybody to give any pressure. He was like, well, dang, I don't have nobody to go to. I may as well scamper for another 20, 30 yards. And those are part of the big plays that when you held them, it was 3rd and 5, 37, and they still found a way. Kirk Cousins ain't going to.
He's not escaping.
He's not doing that. Mm-hmm. And if he does run, God, please, we got somebody that can chase down Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm. And he gonna give it to you, because when things start getting around him, he goes, just get it away from me. Get it away from me. He got the ball now. We've seen it happen before. So to me, you got to travel best on best.
But my question to you, and for Trayvon Diggs coming back from the ACL surgery, we hadn't really talked a whole lot about how he looked from before, post, pre and post. Has there anything changed about him? His hesitancy, cutting because you play with enough guys to see that, man, this guy isn't the same guy that he was before he had the ACL injury.
Physically, I don't really see much difference. To me, he still has some go juice. He can still run. To me, the issue what he's been having so far this year is just the technique. He seems a little grabby, a little holding to me. When we looked at that Detroit game, there was instances where you're matched up against a Jamison Williams, who's one of the fastest receivers in the National Football League. This is when your technique has to come into hand. This is when you got to be patient with the guy. We've seen him try to jam him multiple times. And when you do that and you miss, he's going to be out the gate. Yeah. So to me, it's nothing physically. He's been able to cut just fine. He's been able to run, at least to my eyes, just fine. It's just the technique, little things here and there that we've seen in the past him be just unbelievable at. Man, stabbing here, running here, right on the low hip, being able to jump routes. We just haven't seen that technique so far this season.
And that's why I'm looking forward to DaRon Bland. Having DaRon Bland back, to me, gives us another added guy that can deal with those smaller receivers. That's Trayvon Diggs is the guy that can take care of the bigger receivers. Drake London. That's tailor-made for that. But you give him one of those smaller, the 5'8" burners, you know what I'm saying? That's when he's out of his will. And that's where DaRon Bland has flourished, because he has been a nickel guy. Yeah. He knows how to play inside in the trenches, so to speak, to be able to cover that space. So I think it's gonna make for us to see if this defense can improve on the back half, but it's gonna start up front. It's got to start up front. It's got to start like literally in between the hashes, because we've been giving up the middle of the field. If you look at a chart of where this defense is giving away the biggest amount of yards, is
this a game where you play zone against a Kurt? Zone or man in this situation? Because if you give him time in there, Kurt, he gonna dice you up. He gonna dice you up. So is this a game where you man up, send some cats after Kirk to speed him up? Or is this kind of a zone game?
I'm going to say man, simply because I'm not afraid of what he does with his legs if I miss.
That's true.
If I miss, I'm not opening up a big gaping hole for him to get 15, 20 yards through. Yeah. All right. I think I can change up I can switch up coverage. Yeah. I think Kurt's been in the league. I'm not going to fool him.
Nah, he going to know.
He going to know exactly what it is, but I still play with his eyes and make him think that I'm in something that I'm not, and bring pressure from other places. That's where I think Zim has gotten stuck in his ways, literally. Like, he's gotten stuck in his ways. And as you talk about Zim not having his tools, it sucks that his defense probably in 3 to 4 years is going to be the defense that everybody goes to. Yeah. Because, it takes time for the defenses to catch up with the offenses. And to me, he's stuck in a time right now that's not benefiting him, and that's why he's getting gashed. He's got to be looking and it's like, turn it out. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Out of my face. I can't get it. Because I can't run that. That's getting me beat. Brother,
Let's take a break.
Come on.
Let's just take a break. Man, boy, all this truth.
There's a lot of truth going on.
A lot of truth. Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison, I'm Newy Scruggs, Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming right here on DallasCowboys.com.
Hey, Danny McCray here for Smoothie King. You know every great workout deserves a great reward. So treat yourself right with new coconut smoothie bowls. Made with real fruit, crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, creamy coconut, and topped with the chocolate hazelnut or honey drizzle. With 2 new flavors, it's perfect for you and the workout buddy. So you both can stay on track even after you leave the track. Scoop up new coconut smoothie bowls only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2024 NFL season, Boss teamed up with the Cowboys and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection. The Boss Cowboys collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Arriving just in time for the start of the season, the distinctive attire from the latest Boss Cowboys expansion offers sports aficionados and true bosses the chance to show their team spirit and style. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. # be your own boss.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1, any broadcast without the express edition of cook-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12, no crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane's sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31, anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Head to AT&T Stadium to experience Rally Days presented by SeatGeek on Saturday, November 9th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get ready to cheer on your Dallas Cowboys with tours of AT&T Stadium, autographs from the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, ticket giveaways, games, and more. Visit attstadium.com/Rally Days to get your tickets today.
Thank you, Hek'ma Harrison. Barry Church is here in the Players Club. Former Cowboys safety, I'm Newy Scruggs. By the way, if you're out here at the Star in Frisco and you ever get an opportunity to go up to the Cowboy Club,
oh yeah,
the eats are good.
Food's good, man.
My first trip up there yesterday.
Bean burger.
I had that one.
We'll let you have that.
Man, why y'all always trying to diss on me, dog? How long y'all think I'm going to let y'all play me like this, bro? I mean, come on with this, man.
Right,
the bean burger is good. All right? I'm trying to help you, Brother Newy. Come on. Yes, you do. You need this. It's going to help you.
The bean brother. Right.
The bean burger, man, it's going to help you, man, live longer. We want you around, Brother Newy.
I didn't know it was on the menu, sir.
Yeah.
But,
Ask.
I had scallots yesterday. So
Okay.
Scallops.
Eats are good up there, though. TVs, nice little
had the
patio out there.
chicken tortilla soup. A lot of chicken in there. Like they chalked up a whole. I mean, it had to be 3/4
Poor chicken.
Rotisserie.
Yes, sir.
Poor chicken.
That's right.
I put him on in there.
Yes. It felt good about it too. I had chicken on the way over here today. So, then it was the French fries, bro.
French fries hitting too.
They put some kind of seasoning on there, like
the truffle.
I was sitting there.
No, they got it. They got these.
It was me and Betsy from Tony Faye. We were, hey, people eating French fries, and you just like, I'm about to finish these before you better go. So we were right. So we were killing. They had to go bring another thing of fries for the other side to take because we were killing those French fries.
They got good food up there for sure.
Man, I was like, okay, so I should have known. You already knew.
Oh yeah, I was up in that.
My bad.
I was up in there,
Thanks for the invite, bro.
Hey, I just
my first time over there, man. So
oh wow.
Good spot, man.
First timers.
Mm-hmm. Good spot.
Good stuff. Roxanne Medina has her Emmy sitting up there, man. You should check it out. Just saying.
You should donate one over there, Newy.
Yeah.
Got about, 16 of them things over there?
I know that smell.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Not at all. So Cowboy Locker Room is open right now. Media Match coming your way at 3 o'clock here. So we'll hear exactly who had what to say. I think today is Micah's time to talk. So
is he coming back this week?
This would be the week.
You need.
This would be the week.
This is the week. You want to rack up some numbers against a quarterback that's a statue in the pocket.
This would be the week.
This is the week, man.
Yeah.
Because you ain't going to see many more from Hurts. You got my guy from Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't going to see a lot. Yeah, this is one of them ones you got to get after. Offensive line ain't great. This could be the one, man.
And here you are in a must-win situation.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, a must-win situation, NFC. You haven't started playing. You've only had the Giants as your NFC East opponent, but these NFC games that you're dropping at the end of the year, that's where I'm hating to see this.
Let me ask y'all a question right here. If we talked about getting people at the trade deadline and all that stuff,
yeah,
you take an L in this game. First of all, when is the trade deadline? That's next week.
So 6 days.
It's in 6 days?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know. Because, I don't know, do you let some people, some players go?
You're not one piece away.
That's what I'm saying. So you don't want to go get a person.
No.
But do you start thinking about the future? Do you start having some guys go to get picks and compensation?
It all depends on what kind of cap hits are you going to have to take in order to move someone on. Yeah. That's the interesting thing. Is it's not like baseball. Hey man, we go send somebody on the ways. You got to start if we trade, like for instance, okay, on that video, a bunch of people were like, "Oh, you need to trade Diggs, get rid of Diggs." I'm like, do you know what the salary cap implication is to trade Diggs?
What is it?
And then who's taking his place? That's everything. So if you're trying to send off some of your good players, who's left?
Yeah,
I mean, you think about it. What's the salary cap? Who's taking their spot?
That's true.
And it's not like you're going to send, trade Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah,
it's not like you trade him. There's no real market for him. By the way, Rico Dowdle was inactive. Said he was sick. Did you see the video of him signing autographs?
Yeah, if you say you ain't doing that, you ain't signing no autographs, man.
Have you ever seen that?
I've never seen that.
Okay.
I've also never seen the man get dreads in like 6 weeks.
What happened?
I have
no. Don't let the secret out, because I'm telling you, when I come in here with mine, I want y'all to be the same way.
I was like, hold on.
I'd like to see that.
When I come in here with my wave brush, I don't want y'all to say nothing.
I sat there. I said, wait a second. Just like 3 weeks ago, he had the little, you know what I'm saying?
Stop it.
And I think,
his hair grow fast.
That's what got that miracle grow out here, man.
Barry, we need to holler at him.
We need to talk to him. Who you got in the who you talking to?
Plug me in, Rico.
You have to have something to begin with, or like, can I start like this? You know what I mean? Like, how?
That man was dreaded up.
I'm talking about dreaded up.
That was quick.
Ponytailed up, everything. It was crazy. But yeah, you ain't signing no autographs.
I just want the record to show that I did not participate.
Yeah, that was interesting. I mean,
I thought it was interesting, man. I'm like, wait a second, but I noticed it. It was fresh though.
I was asked about his health.
It's right.
Just how sick man is running out there signing autographs.
He was signing them up.
Rapunzel. He woke up.
This is definitely not the hair show.
Oh man.
No, that's it. Come on now. That's it.
All right. We gotta get back on track. I'm gonna kill him with this.
Oh God! If I ever wake up like that, I'm FaceTiming you live. Barry, look.
It worked.
It worked. You ain't gonna believe this. This how I'm coming down. I want all the way up to the top.
Oh man.
Yeah. No. Hey, and I'm telling you, you sit there and he's like, wait a minute. I just saw Rico.
I just seen him.
I just saw him.
That
was fast.
That was quick, man. But
come on, man.
Things happen, man. But no, I'm not signing no grad. I'd have been salty. But I mean, if he was, what they say, I guess it couldn't go, man. It happens. It happens in the league, man.
And as much people are saying it's not a conspiracy theory, he was sick before the game. He was soldiering through this autograph signing. So come on, guys. There's no conspiracy. Nothing happening.
All right. He good. He good.
Come on. It's fake news.
It's fake.
It's fake news, guys. Come on now.
He good.
So, I mean, still, the running game didn't improve with what we saw. And we're still at the point right now where we're asking, like, who's going to be the guy? Who's going to take the mantle in this running game? You were saying give Rico.
I would say give him a shot.
Give him a shot.
And they gave him a shot. Pittsburgh ran well. And then.
Do you mix it up now? All right, so you've seen Cook and you've seen Elliott together. Do you come back and say, all right, I'm going to go Dowdle and Cook next week? Do you switch it?
I think you got to mix it up now that we've seen each and every one of these guys. But you got to also put them in the right position. Like, you got a guy in Deuce, throw him out there, let him get some routes against these linebackers. I mean, you got nothing. You got Zeke and Cook running routes out of the backfield. Like, you got a jitterbug type running back. In Deuce out there, let him get some screens. Let him get an open field. These downhill runs, the same old. Defenses see those, and they're just gonna be like, all right, time to tee off. They're in that lineup. Here we go. Like you gotta switch it up. Let Turpin be a part of the running game. We saw that last year. We saw sprinkles of that in the Cleveland game. What happened to CeeDee Lamb in these reverses? Yeah. You just gotta sprinkle it up a little bit. The same old same is it's just not getting it done.
Yeah, we hadn't seen a jet sweep in a minute. We hadn't seen that. I mean, it's like and the tight end screens are not.
They're not cooking like that.
They're not cooking.
They're not cooking.
What
happened to Ferg up the seams?
Yeah.
Like we ain't. Man,
those are the part of the playbooks that you question and you ask yourself, like, I know teams script out some 15, 20 plays, whatever it is, but once you get off of the script, what do you do?
What do you bring in?
This guy, man. Come on, man. We gonna share the cream with you too. We gonna give you the cream. You gonna be 1972 fresh again, baby. Stay soft, fro, Newy.
Go out of Gumby.
Yeah, hone that thing to the side. He ready?
Ooh, man.
I'm an innocent man in this segment.
No, you're not. You're a part of it. You definitely a part of it. Come on now.
Innocent man. No.
Was that you don't want no parts?
No, that's crazy. Somebody come walk down here. I'd have seen enough confrontation from players about things. I'm just trying to
listen.
I don't.
Here's the thing. I don't think he would be upset about that. That is, he did that knowing that everybody would have the same question. We just saw you, son.
Like you took a year off. And we came back. Oh man, you dreaded up. What has been 3 weeks?
We just saw you.
You know what I'm saying? Like
boy, it's supposed to be like in school where you checked out in May and then we come back in August. Then that's acceptable. Then
that's acceptable.
Yes. So
go away for a minute.
Don't do it off a bye week.
And it ain't like it was like the little plaque.
Knots. No.
He had a whole
can't do it off the
ponytail.
bye week though. I mean, it's a bye week.
Man, come on,
away off the bye week, man. Like Christmas break or something, man.
Oh, he was dreaded up. He was
share
the well. That's all I'm asking. Share the well.
I didn't see it.
I don't want to go all the way to Turkey. You got the cure.
He got it. He know what it is. Too. He ain't sharing.
This segment brought to you by Hek'ma and Berry and Aristocrat Gaming.
This dude over here, man.
I'll talk to you all at 3:00 on the Media Mash. We'll do the Players Lounge tomorrow right here on DallasCowboys.com radio. Goodbye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?